Thank you, Netflix, for delivering the Dante that we all knew we never wanted. Thank you, Netflix and Adi Shakar, who I don't even know. Did I say his name right? But I'm not even going to try. I don't know where to start. I am a big fan, or I was a big fan. No, I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry series. I've always been a big fan of Devil May Cry series. Since 2001, when the game dropped for PlayStation 2, I've been playing it before there was trophies. I have the definitive edition here with me in Devil May Cry 5. You can't tell me there's a better hack and slash than Devil May Cry. There's not one. The only one that comes close is Ninja Gaiden. With that being said, I'm a fanatic. I've seen the anime in 2007. There's even books in reference to the lore. There was no way you could have messed this new one up, right? So I was genuinely looking forward to this new Netflix Devil May Cry. And in prime fashion, it was disappointing to say the least. It was disappointing. Let's get into it. All right, so like I said, I've been a fan forever. They had one job. Netflix had one job. Adi Shakar, I don't know, had one job, was to just give us a Dante that we love. And what was this crap? What was it? Let's start off. First of all, Dante comes off as this try-hard, Deadpool, Peter Parker, always trying to crack jokes, and that wasn't his character. Dante is so, what everybody calls it now, Riz, without even trying. Dante is just this cool individual that doesn't even know he's cool. He's just so bored with himself. He's a mix of Sasuke and Shikamaru, right? Just always bored, but doesn't know that he's actually cool. Or he may know that he's cool, but it just comes off as not trying. He's not a tryhard. What they gave us in this Netflix series was a complete different character, complete different individual. In fact, during the whole demon slaying thing, he pauses and says, "Oh, what's a catchphrase I could come up with before I kill this demon?" And then goes on to shoot the demon after he comes up with this little cheesy catchphrase. This individual was so not Dante. I don't know what they gave us. With that being said, let's talk about Lady for a little bit. Lady was one of my favorite characters next to Trish. She didn't have to be recreated, but instead they chose to give us Lady, the girl boss, instead of just Lady. She was a boss in herself in the game. If you had just played the games or read the source material, she was already a boss. She just didn't have to be this girl boss, new age shit that they gave us. The story was trash. The concept was trash. The characters were trash. I can't think of any part of it that wasn't trash. In fact, Lady and Dante had about 4 fights. And just because Lady had to be this dominating girl boss in a mech suit, she beat Dante in all 4 or 5 of those fights. Which is, it's not even plausible. It would never happen. It doesn't happen. They created this whole other vice president and president crap and this secret organization nonsense that doesn't exist in the game, which it would be perfectly fine for me if they had just said, this is Devil May Cry Universe 1. Do it MCU. Do it like how comics be like, oh, this is 618 or 616. This is universe. Just give me another fucking universe. Don't put this in the same DMC universe as the rest of the games and the rest of the lore. This was trash. In fact, I found an article where this reporter pretty much says exactly what I say. And let me read it to you. All right, this is an article by Spencer I don't know. I suck at reading. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. But it says, the title of it, Netflix Devil May Cry producer says his goal was to capture the essence of series characters rather than the experience of playing the game. What the hell does that mean? What does that mean? Is that some woke shit to say that you're not going to give us who we wanted? You're not going to give us Dante and Lady? You're not going to follow the source? What does that mean? This is why I hate abstract art. This is abstract speaking. This is like putting on the Destiny Blue hair shit and insane word garbage. What does this mean? According to the producer, Shakar, the fact that Netflix Devil May Cry is so widely off base from the source material is that it features not a bug of his creative process, as instead adapting the experience of the original game, he instead chose to focus his efforts on the essence of the series, various characters. What the hell? What the fuck does that mean? The essence and series of the various. What could you smell their ass or something? The essence. What are you saying? Somebody in the comments just let me know. Am I just not that deep that I can't capture the essence of what everybody knows what Dante is supposed to be like? By now, most readers, in particular those who are actually established fans of Capcom demon-flavored character action franchise, will have caught wind of the tonal disaster that is the new adaptation. But in case you haven't, let's just say Shakar takes on Dante's story, completely misunderstands the source material. The motherfucker never read the source material. The dude has not played a Devil May Cry. You are just putting on a cosplay and pretending like, yeah, somebody just gave you this and was like, hey, could you turn this into a thing for us? And you were just like, let me get my peoples to read something. You did not deep dive into Dante. You didn't go into any source material. You just looked at it and said, oh, I got the essence. I got the smell. I got the aroma. From depicting Dante as an attention-seeking Deadpool light, I said it, instead of an aloof warrior whose goofiness is the result of him trying to entertain himself while slaughtering waves after waves of cannon fodder, to turning Lady from a genuinely interesting character into a generic strong female stereotype whose every third word is a swear. That was another thing. Lady was cursing like crazy in the animation. What was going on? To using the concept of hell and demons as a metaphor for America's war on terror. Netflix Devil May Cry is a textbook example of what happens when someone who has only a surface aesthetic level understanding of a given IP is allowed full creative control over its adaptation to another medium. Bro, look at this. This wasn't even in the game. We just wanted something enjoyable to watch, something fun, something non-political, something, just give us Devil May Cry, and this is what they gave us. And let's not even get into the fact Shakar gave Devil Trigger the theme. I heard that too. Basically what this part was saying right here is there's a song that plays, why can't I highlight? There's a song that plays during Dante's first trigger of the Devil Trigger, and it's a song that pretty much goes to Nero in the game, and it goes along with Nero in the game. So it's kind of nitpicky, but I think the reason why they chose it is just because it has Devil Trigger in it. Again, Shakar didn't do his research. In other words, Shakar Dante more closely resembles the version seen in the big wacky wazoo pizza man meme that is flippant but dedicated defender of humanity that players actually controlled throughout the original video game series. Bro, when I'm butchered, it's just butchered. I just can't. While the reason for this discrepancy between the two versions of the Son of Sparta are likely equal parts lengthy and disappointing, it seems that at least one piece of this disastrous puzzle lies in the fact that Shakar, per his own admission, willingly sidestepped the overall spirit of the game in favor of focusing on the essence of the character themselves. It's the same word, garbage. Speaking to the series production during a recent Devil May Cry-centric interview with Animation World Victoria Davis, the series producer explains, as a fan of the original game, you lying bastard. You're not a fan of the original game. You don't even know the original games. You've never played or seen Dante a day in your life to create this mess. I knew these characters were iconic for a reason. If you knew the characters were iconic for a reason, why touch them? What was the point? Give us those iconic characters. I wanted to explore them in the youngest version of these characters we've ever seen, but at the same time, I didn't want to alter them to the point where they were completely unrecognizable. Bro, what do you think you did? Who is this? This is not Lady. She's in a mech suit and swearing. She's completely unrecognizable. She's a big girl boss. Who is this? On top of that, in this, like a grown woman. Lady in the franchise was like, I want to say 16, 17. She's not even grown. And she was a lady in the sense. She was a boss in her own sense. Not this stereotype nowadays. And I don't want to get into the whole woke politics and stuff. But god dang, they just can't leave certain things alone. Just stop it. I wanted to do for Dante what the Dark Knight trilogy Christopher Nolan did for Batman. He continued, I wanted to take the game character and drop him in a real world and approach it as early as 2000. I approached it as an early 2000 summer blockbuster like The Matrix, iRobot, Bad Boys, which do have these over-the-top action sequences. Bro, the game dropped in 2001. It was over-the-top action sequence in a video game. What were you recreating? You're not Christopher Nolan. You didn't have to recreate anything. They gave you the blueprint. What are you saying? But it wasn't that much about capturing the experience of playing the game as it was capturing the character and the essence of those characters. He just keeps spewing this word garbage, and I just don't understand it. I might be stupid. In the comments, I'm pretty sure y'all let me know if I'm stupid. But I know anyone who watches this garbage and then gets in my comments and has the brain to say, oh, it was actually good, you have never played Devil May Cry. If you like this Dante and you like this lady, something is wrong with you. You're probably 18 right now. You're 18. This Devil May Cry, this Dante is not Dante. What is this? In light of Shakar's insight, one might be quick to lambast the creative mind behind Castlevania. I'm not reading all this stuff. I operate under two distinct creative banners: Bootleg Universe, where I remix, reinterpret, and intentionally take bold liberties and subvert existing IPs. So you did this on purpose, where I played things straight, honoring the source material core essence. You did this, you're bro. And what's so crazy is that they're calling this franchise a success. Or this series a success. I hate when they do that. It's the same thing they did with Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 was such a successful game. No, it wasn't. The reason why these things are successful right off the bat, right, is because people are going into it thinking that they're gonna get what made the original so successful, right? So you may have sold copies of The Last of Us, right? Some people, you have over 20 million fans of Devil May Cry. So now you're about to drop this new series, and these 20 million fans are going to tune in to watch these things. These 10 million fans are going to run to the store to buy Last of Us 2, only to be surprised by the bullshit quality or the rug creators do. It's not successful. What's successful is try to drop a Last of Us 3. What's successful is give this dude a season 2 and see what it does. Right now, all you did is just gather the fans here just to burn your shit on, because that's what's gonna happen. I'm not tuning in for a season 2 of Devil May Cry with this Dante. This is trash. Don't even bring it. You could hold this one. Keep it. I just understand why they do things like this. Why the developers choose to do things like this. Like, it would have been better to me if you would have said this was another universe. This is Devil May Cry 616, Devil May Cry 618. This is DMC universe where Virgil, whatever. Just tell me it's another universe, but don't tell me this is what we as like. And that's it. Hey, you guys, subscribe to my Twitch. Tune in. Let me know what you think about Devil May Cry. If you liked it, if you just don't care, don't let me know nothing. Don't leave any comments underneath there if you liked it. But I'm out, man. Peace.